Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. So today I wanted to make a quick video going over this article that came out a couple days ago, and it's talking about Bezos and Gates putting money into a startup, a brain implant to for testing. Let me just read it from the top. Brain implant startup backed by Bezos and Gates is testing mind-controlled computing on humans, and we already know where this is going to lead. This is ultimately part of the Revelation 13 and 16 on down, and this is just going to be another one of their miracles, right? How it talks about here, how it lined up. It says Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, right? Let me just finish it. Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. So that revamped the Roman Empire, right? And we know that ultimately the elect are not going to they're not going to fold, right? We know that the elect are not going to conform to his image, and that all these people are going to be deceived by these miracles, but the elect are not, right? So that's just me. This is me blowing the trumpet right now, showing how prophecy is it's showing right now, just like Habakkuk 2 and 3, where it says that the vision will tarry, or the vision will. Let me just bring it up. Habakkuk 2 and 3. There you go. It says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It will not tarry, right? And it says, at the end it shall speak and not lie. That's exactly what it's doing right here. Brain implant startup backed by Bezos and Gates is testing mind-controlled computing on humans, right? And ultimately, what is this for? To bring the C-hip, right? The RFID chip, the mark of the beast, connected to the central bank digital currency, right? And this is right here. This is what it's talking about. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Just like it says right here, brain implant. This is going to be the forehead method, right? And ultimately, they're going to push for the forehead method, the brain implant, more because that means more control on their side, right? They can control more if they're directly connected to you, directly thinking, doing, seeing everything that you're living. And if we scroll down here, one thing that came up to me was it says right here, it says for patients with severe paralysis or degenerative diseases such as amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS, Synchron's technology can help them regain their ability to communicate with friends, family, and the outside world, whether through typing, texting, or even accessing social media, right? And this is just another one of those miracles that he's going to perform with the power of the beast, or power in the sight of the beast. So, yeah, this it cannot get any more clear than this. And it's funny because today I watched this guy who teaches how to trade, day trade in the stock market, right? And he's a like big time guy. He knows what he's doing, and he does these live streams. And at the end, he starts talking about how we have to be prepared because something big is about to happen, and be prepared for a cashless society. But at the end, he says that all this is gonna happen, but I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer, and I wish I had an answer, and it's been bugging me for as long as I've known this. And that's the thing about this. These heathens know what's going on, what's about to come, but they don't have any understanding or knowledge on salvation, right? They don't know the 100% truth of the scriptures and everything that it entails, who the real Israelites are, how you can receive salvation, and everything in between that. So yeah, that was funny when I heard that because gratefully or through grace, um, I've learned this truth, right? I've been blessed to learn the 100% truth through the apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, right? And I can't be any more grateful because how I was just a year ago, right? I haven't been in this truth long, but a year ago, man, I was going through it in the world, no idea what I was going to do. But now, this gives me purpose, right? I see the whole picture and how everything's supposed to be aligned because this truth, right? It talks about how my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And that's everyone out here. All these 2/3 who are not going to get it, they're going to be destroyed because they don't have that knowledge. They don't have the understanding. So yeah, I just wanted to bring out those quick scriptures. Here I have another one. This is Matthew 24 and 24, and it says, "For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." Right? But ultimately, we know that that's not possible. Right? The elect are not going to be fooled by any of Satan's devices. Right? So that's why it's important to be on top of news like this, know what time we're in according to prophecies, right? Line it up. But ultimately, we know the storyline, right? Before the nukes hit, they need to implement the chip, right? The mark of the beast. And once they do that, that's when Jacob's trouble commences. If you don't get that chip, you're going to have to be out of the system, out of the grid, and you're going to have to make it somehow, right? You're going to have to fight for your life with no government, no nothing. And the people that don't have or that are not relying on the Lord are going to die a more grievous death than the ones that are in the system, right? Because they'll probably die of starvation. And that's way worse than I think that's the worst death you can go through, starvation, because it's a mental death and then physical death. Once you realize that you can't find any food, that you're going to die inevitably, man, that does something to you. But yeah, this reminded me of another scripture too. Daniel 1. Was it Dan? Oh no, Daniel 12. Yep. And it says, "And at that time shall Michael, the archangel, stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never once since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." And that book is the book of life, right? The elect that have been written since the world was created, right? They've been predestinated. So whatever happens, the elect are going to be untouched, right? It's not possible for them not to make it because it's been written. And just how it says, it's going to be a time of trouble like never before never before seen. And it talks about that here also. In Matthew 24 and 21, it says, For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Right? Because we know that we're ultimately in Esau's um, kingdom, right? Let me get that scripture. It just came in mind. Let me put it on Google. Yeah, Second Esdras 9. I'll just get it right here. Second Ezra 6 and 9, and it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." And we know now that Edom, is a so-called white man, and that the Israelites are the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. So we can see how this all lines up and how the Bible is true, right? A lot of people can't see that, and that's tough. That really is tough, man. But every single day, I'm giving thanks and all prayers, my praises and glory goes out to him It goes out to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai for opening my eyes to this truth. And sometimes we may be low in the spirit, but at the end of the day, this is the only thing that matters. Because through this is how we're going to receive salvation, right? So yeah, went on a little rant there at the end, but ultimately just wanted to bring this out, how Bezos and Gates are in the run for it too. We know that Elon Musk, he said in November, December, that in 6 months he's gonna start trials on humans, and we're not too far from there, right? February 20th, January, February, March, April, May. So around the May time is when that's gonna kick off, and who knows, man? This year is going to be a hell of a year, and people are not ready for that shit. It says in the scriptures that when they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come, right? These people think that this society is going to be a great reset, right? A great reset, and that everything's gonna be okay. But they don't know what they don't know is that they're gonna bring in this new system, right? Central bank digital currency. But yeah, all we can do at this point is just keep blowing the trumpet, keep making these videos, keep feeding the sheep, and doing our part, right? It says to seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So that's what we're doing. So once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of the great millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to the elect.